Hello everyone. Now we're going to start learning about matrices in R. How to handle matrices. So, what is a matrix? A matrix is a two-dimensional data set with columns and rows. We've studied vectors, we've studied lists. Both these are one-dimensional. Now we're going to come to two-dimensional. So, matrices and data frames are two-dimensionals. What that means, it is at both rows and columns. And a column is a vertical representation of data, while a row is a horizontal representation of data. A matrix can be created with the function matrix brackets and specify the number of rows and number of columns to get this. So let's write this in R. So we start writing this in R, right? So we write matrix, we learn matrix. So we say this matrix is equal to, the function is called matrix. So it makes a matrix for me. And I'm giving it the numbers C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now if I have 6, then I have to define the number of rows. Number of rows is equal to 3, and number of columns is equal to 2. Now, if I'm giving 3 rows and 2 columns, then I should have 6 elements here. Otherwise, it will give an error. So if I print this matrix, it gives me, this is the matrix. Right? And so whatever numbers I'm giving, the number of rows and columns should be there. So I can also make a number of by string. So I can say this matrix 1 is equal to matrix and C, very good. And then I say apple, comma banana, and then cherry, and then say orange. O-R-A-N-G, right? Now, comma, because this finishes the C, the combined part, n rows, and n rows should be 2, comma, n columns can only be 2 because I have 4 elements here. So this matrix 1, see, as soon as you run this, it comes in your list because it becomes a variable in your global variable data set. So now this comes in, right? Now, if I have to access some matrix number, so if I have to access, say if I write this matrix 1, 1, comma 2. So it will give me cherry. Why will it give me cherry? Because 1 means rows and 2 means columns. So in the first row, second column. If I want to take out orange, so I will say 2, comma 2. It will give me orange. This is how I access the elements in a matrix. Suppose I want to access this matrix 1, I want to access, say, banana. So banana is in row 2. Row is mentioned first. So row 2 and column 1. So 2, comma 1 gives me banana. Right? So this is how I access the elements. And then suppose I can, this matrix 1, I want to access the complete row. So I'm not going to write anything there, comma, and first column. What will it give me? It will give me apple and banana. Or when I don't mention anything before the comma, that means all rows. Okay. I can also say second column. It gives me cherry and orange. All rows of second column. I can also say I want all columns. I want the first row and all columns. So it will give me apple and cherry. The first row complete because I have not mentioned anything after comma. But I have to mention comma. When I don't mention anything after comma, it means everything. So first row, all columns. So first row is this, apple and cherry, and all columns are both apple and cherry. So I'll get apple and cherry. Okay. So this is how I access my columns. And all right, now if I say this matrix, suppose I say this matrix 2, okay, and I add more. I say apple, banana, cherry, orange. I also add grapes. I say grapes. And I say pineapple. And I also add pear, okay, pear, berries. Uh, I add, oops, berries, okay. Something wrong here, right? Now is it right? Yeah. Is it right now? Yes. So now, why is it not right? Yeah, it's not right because, yes, absolutely. So how many apples are there? How many fruits are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there is 6, 7, 8. So it should be 4 by 4. Is it 4 by 4? No. Huh? It will be 4 by 4. Just let me check. Huh? 3 by 4 by 2. 4 into 2, 8. Yep. Okay. So this matrix 2, this is what we got. Hai. Did we get everything? Pears and berries, right? We got all. Because we had 8. Now if I say this matrix 2 and I open the bracket and I say all rows and I want the first and the second column. All rows and first and the second column, what will I get? Right. If I want number of rows, let's take this. This is 2 and number of columns is 4. I'm going to change this. Okay. This gets changed. Now, do we understand? What I've done is I have done number of rows is 2 and columns is 4. So it's changed. Number of rows is only 2. And when I say this matrix, I want all rows and first and the second column. So all rows means both apple and banana rows. And first and the second column means apple and cherry columns. I can also say second and third column. And then I'll get cherry and grapes column. I can say from second to fourth column. I can say from second to fourth column. And so it will give me cherry, grapes, and pears, because cherry is the second, grapes is the third, pears is the fourth column. Yeah. So this is how I access. So what happens is you have a data frame or you have a matrix and you don't want first two columns in your database. You want only second and third column. Or you want to multiply, you want to convert your kilometer per hour to some other value and you want to divide it. So you pick up this column using this matrix, all rows, only the second column, that multiplied into 2 or 4 or divide by 1000 to convert it in any number. So this is how I'm accessing the values in my data set. This is matrix. Next, we're going to start with data frames. Data frames. So we'll use data frames in the next video.